Hello, I am Diet Chapstick, and this is Jackass. Okay, so I, said when I announced that, hey, cool, 10,000 subscribers, that's pretty epic. I offered you guys to ask some questions, so today I'm going to be answering those. I'm actually doing something I said I would do. Can you believe it? Okay, so first we're going to take a look at the community post I made, because there's just a few there. I'm going to be going through as many as I can that are, valid questions worth asking. Why do you like PvZ2, especially Eclipse, and is the semester very hard? I assume this was the semester that I just finished. It was not a hard semester, but it was a tiring and stressful one. And this semester I had a lot of art projects, including some ones that involved me taping things together, gluing things. And as for why I like PvZ2, well, same reason I like PvZ1, it's just kind of a zen, chill thing. It gets stressful sometimes, but I do like stress management games, ironically, even though I can barely handle real-life stress. Video game stress I adore. And Eclipse I do like a lot in that a lot of levels feel more planned out, and I like when levels are planned out in general. On the whole, Eclipse is a much more balanced and well thought out game than vanilla PvZ2. I should also start reading the names. That was from Bruh Nothing Here. Yager Zaku, I don't know how to pronounce things, and I never will, I'm sorry, says, "You are absolutely hilarious, thank you. What games are you most interested in recording that you don't already do?" I have a lot of games planned, honestly. There are a few games that I just haven't even played that I've wanted to do for years. When you're only 200 subs in, you don't want to play one of your most favorite games of all time because not many people are going to see it. You want to save that for later. Hollow Knight kind of taught me that, and honestly, I did think about waiting for Hollow Knight, but at the time I was so obsessed with the game, I just really needed to record it. But I am saving a bunch of my classic favorite games for further down the line. Maybe I'll do soon. I have so many Steam games that I still haven't played yet and gotten around to. So many that have either been gifted or bought when it was on sale. I still have Bug Fables, A Hat in Time, Ori. Those are 3 games that I do want to play, or at least try playing on the channel. Bug Fables, maybe. I mean, I'll probably at least stream it and then see if it ends up making good videos. A Hat in Time and Ori, I definitely want to play on the channel because they're widely loved games and they look great and I want to try them out, and I've been waiting to play them because I want to play them on the channel. But then it's either I don't have enough subscribers and I don't feel like it'll be worth doing this now, or I'm already doing too many projects at once. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I would drop the 2 games I'm playing right now in favor of those. I'd be down for that, but I know that people would be kind of disappointed if I did that, and I don't want to disappoint a large majority of people. Origami King fans, if you guys honestly would like to see me play something different, please let me know, because if you guys aren't really that into watching me play it, then I'm down to play A Hat in Time or Ori. I really want to play Ori. Simon the Dumb, hey, I know you, says, "What inspired you to start making videos on YouTube and what's motivating you to keep going?" Big inspirations include Chugga Conroy. I remember I watched, I think Sky Does Minecraft. He was one of those big channels back in the day. Game Grumps is a channel that I've watched for years and I always thought was funny. I don't really watch them as much now, or at least, I don't watch their episodes unless they start playing a game that I really like, and in which case I'll usually tune in to see how they play it, because that's always fun to me, is seeing how other people play games. And that's actually one of the reasons why I like the whole concept of Let's Plays in general. I always think it's very interesting to see how other people interpret things that you interpreted and go through experiences that you experienced and see how their experience differs. I think fundamentally it's just an interesting concept to see what someone else does with a game that you played, and especially a game that you loved. And also just people being funny. I just love to laugh. I know it sounds kind of egotistical, but I'm not interested in it in terms of oh, you're a big famous YouTube guy. I'm just interested in it because I like making people laugh and making people happy and entertaining people, and honestly, it's really just that. I just like to entertain people, and, the idea of me doing something that I enjoyed seeing other people do just makes me happy. I just love making things and sharing them with people and the world, and making entertainment, funny entertainment especially, which is something that I love, and being able to say, hey, I did that, just makes me happy. I don't know. Tap Out says, this might be a stretch, but would you ever consider doing some video essay styled videos? Hearing you talk more extensively about something would be very entertaining because I really like your voice. Thank you. I've honestly considered maybe doing something like that one day. One of my other inspirations I forgot to mention was Fawful's Minion. I watched for a long time too, and I've thought many times about making some sort of top 10 video or something of that style. I know tier lists are more of the new craze, and honestly I feel like they are a little bit easier to make, while top 10 videos are a bit more theatrical, you know? But I've thought about doing something like that, and I've also thought about, you know, just making essay kind of videos where I just talk about a topic that I have a lot to say about. The issue is that as this video will show, I ramble a lot, and I get lost in what I'm trying to say, and I also stutter and stumble over my words all the time, as you guys should know by now, so I don't know if I would do one of those videos just because I don't know if I'm the best guy for it. I could write one. So maybe I could make one. I feel like I could probably write one if given time. Galatred says, I'm sure you're tired of watching people under every video asking you to record Eclipse, but I would like to know if you will be upgrading to version 1.8.3 with the new Sun system. Those who saw the last Eclipse stream, yes I did. I haven't gotten around to editing that video because I streamed that, like a month or two ago, and I was like, oh look, I have a little bit more time because some of my assignments are going down, so I could actually maybe get this out. And then assignments came back up, and I was extra stressed, more stressed than ever with finals. Now summer finally started, and I've just been getting some things out of the way now that I finally have some time. I just had a little bit of an indulgent weekend to just relax and spend time with some people, with family and friends. That video is almost done, and I think literally tomorrow, as of recording this right now, tomorrow I'm going to finish that and upload that. But so yes, I did upgrade to the new Sun system. Another question, are you really interested in this mod, or will you be recording it only because of the crowds of fans? I'll be completely honest. Generally, I do enjoy Eclipse in that it is a new PvZ game, but it's kind of one of those things that I would like play once in a while if I'm in the mood for it, but I wouldn't be in the mood for it often. I'm really not in the mood to play it that often. I'm mostly playing it because, you know, you guys love it so much and I want to make you happy. Also, it gets most of the views on my channel, so I feel like just kind of economically, I kind of really should do that. At times, I wonder if I should make it just streams and not edit episodes anymore, because part of me feels like the episodes aren't that entertaining to watch, at least to me personally. But then on the other hand, I sometimes wonder if I should just do episodes and not streams, because then I could kind of record them at my own pace. Also, thank you for the congratulations and the wish of 100,000 or more. That's generous. Thank you. Ever plan on playing mainstream games such as Minecraft, etc.? Mainstream, I mean, depending how you define it, because when a new game comes out that's like hot on the market, if it's a game that looks interesting to me and that I'd actually like to try it, I'm always down for that. This reminds me again that I never finished Luigi's Mansion 3. I was enjoying that game and I just kind of stopped playing it. I'm not opposed to playing Minecraft exactly. The thing is, in general, for me, I'm not over Minecraft, but I barely ever think to myself that I'm in the mood to play Minecraft is the issue. I would definitely play something like a survival world with some friends or something, or like a mod pack, something to switch it up and, you know, make it fresh for me. I would definitely be down for that, but vanilla Minecraft, I've played so much over the years. I was an enormous Minecraft kid back in the day. I'm like just 100% burnt out from vanilla Minecraft. And I would need something to shake it up. Ian Kex says, what's your most played game? That's hard to get an idea of. I have a lot of games, like a lot of games. In terms of my most played Steam game, which I can easily just pull up right now, that's Team Fortress 2 at 1,036 hours. In general though, I have no idea. Games like Minecraft and all sorts of Wii, Wii U, 3DS, and Switch games, There's no way to really know, but Team Fortress 2 is definitely one of my most played games of all time. Probably, though, it's Minecraft, just because of how much Minecraft I played back in the day. Vaccine Man says, what's your opinion on Eclipse currently? Are you going to finish the game? If not, have you considered other easier PvZ mods like Alt-VRZ? I don't plan on playing another PvZ2 mod, at least not for a long time, because going from one to another, I don't want to burn myself out on PvZ2. I'm already kind of starting to get a little burnt out, if I'm being honest. My opinion on Eclipse currently is generally positive. I like that it's more of a game than PvZ2 actually is. It gets frustrating, but that might honestly also just be from me always playing it on stream and paying attention to chat and everything. If I was playing it casually, I'd probably be a little bit more chill with it, but I would also be playing it less, trying a level once or twice, and then going to play something else for a while, and coming back to it in a few hours or a day or so, you know what I mean? I feel like playing it for hours on end is a lot, because a lot of the time, really hard levels get really hard near the end, and are so long. You spend so much time sitting there and building things up only for it to all fall through in the last wave or two, and then you just don't feel like going through all the setup again, you know what I mean? Generally, I'd say it's a good mod. Okay, now we're gonna head over to the video comments. We got a bunch of comments here. Cool. Are you going to make a tier list about PvZ1 plants? Because I really like the PvZ2 one. I don't know. The reason why I haven't played any PvZ1 on the channel, and why I probably never will, is because I feel like it's such a page one, like, gaming history thing, and there's been so many videos on it throughout the years, I legitimately don't know how I would make it fresh in any way. I know PvZ1 has like a 2-player mode, maybe I'll do something with that. I don't know. What game do you plan on playing in the future, if any? Like I said, Ori, Hat in Time, and some of my other classic favorite games. One of my favorite games is Super Paper Mario, and I am going to play that one day. I just want to wait till I have a good amount of people who would actually watch it, so that it's worth doing. Not a question, but Jed Dudlin, thank you so much. That comment makes me happy. And all the other ones that are like, just congrats. Thank you, everybody. Also, thank you, Viz A. That's a cool person there. You plan to branch out of your comfort zone and play other games? My comfort zone's all over the place. I'd love to play all kinds of games. I honestly want to play more roguelikes like Binding of Isaac and Enter the Gungeon, because I think that might honestly be my favorite game genre. It's just hard to make like a video series about completing it, but I'd be happy to stream roguelikes anytime. I would love to stream more often, like, you know, like doing nightly streams every other night or something like that. It's just that when I'm in school, it's a bit hard to do that, because every day after school, after classes, I could have any long amount of work. You know, I might have too much work and then I can't stream that night, and it wouldn't be a consistent schedule, and you know. And that was from Murasaki-chan. Sorry, I keep forgetting to say the names. I'm too lazy for profile pic. What do you think of the people spamming you to play clips on every video? I mean, I get it. You want to see the cool thing you like. I get it. I don't love that people do it, although it does usually make me laugh, because a lot of the time the comments are a bit silly, and I can't help but laugh at them sometimes. So they do bring me some joy, but overall, I would like to just put this out here. Even if you guys don't want to watch my other videos, you can respect that they're there, right? Like, I don't have to only do Plants vs. Zombies stuff, right? Because I'm not. I'm never gonna be like, oh, I'm a this game YouTuber, I'm a that game YouTuber. No, I'm a guy who makes videos. I'll make whatever videos I want. You know what I mean? Lunar Eclipse says, which night would you want to get a DLC for Shovel Knight? Oh boy, I mean, all of them. I really, oh my god. I'll be honest, when I heard that King Knight was the final DLC, I was upset. Like, I was just straight up upset. Because he's a funny character, but his theme just feels so undersea treasure hunter guy, helicopter man, king. What kind of like element is king? No, it's not. King of Cards ended up being really fun and I loved it, but goddamn does the fighting game mode in Shovel Knight now, the one where you can play as all the other characters, that makes me want the other campaigns so bad. I really want Treasure Knight because flying around with his anchor hook thing is so goddamn fun. I would have loved that. And using coins, using money as health, and making it so that if you go poor, Treasure Knight just loses the will to go on. I love that. I love that. I understand that his character is a bit more one-dimensional and has a bit less stuff you could do with it than King Knight, but I just would love a Treasure Knight campaign, or a Propeller Knight. Mole Knight also sounded really cool. Honestly, all of them sounded really cool when they pitched like the ideas for each one. I really loved Propeller Knight, Treasure Knight, Mole Knight, Tinker Knight. I would have loved any of those guys. Will we do more tier list videos, not just PvZ? Eyebrawl 88, maybe, if I have a topic that I would like to make a video out of. Shining Player says, what is a dumb thing you did when you were 1 to 9? I was a fucking little jerk when I was a kid, and I always would get mad at my brother because he would always mess with me. He's 7 years older than me, so you know how that went. And I remember I grabbed a file from his room, and I scraped our old wooden coffee table and wrote in it by scraping off the wood with the little file. Matt did this with an arrow pointing to a big blotch of stuff I scraped off. And then I looked at my mom, who was looking out the window, just talking on the phone, and I was right behind her, and I was getting ready for her to turn around and see it, and then be like, oh my god, Matt, I hate you, or whatever. And I was all giddy, but she was talking on the phone for so long that I had enough time to think it through and then realize that I made a horrible mistake, and I started crying. It was the worst thing. Oh, but it's funny. What's your favorite food? Pink Rose. That's hard. I love so many different foods. I'm a big food guy. One of my favorite foods of all time is definitely chocolate-covered pretzels. You give me a bag of those, and I will eat all of them, get a stomach ache, throw up, and die. Death Taco asks, what's the model number of your Wii U? You know, honestly, I'm not above going and seeing what the model number is and reading it off because I don't give a shit, but I'm really lazy right now. I don't really feel like getting up and pulling my Wii U out of my little thing I have it in just to read a number, so I'm not gonna do that. The answer to your question then is 4. What video are you proud of? Also from Pink Rose. A bunch of them. In terms of proud, like, of how well it did, I'm really happy with how the King K. Rool Smash montage came out. It's one of my earlier and favorite videos. I'm also proud of my Rhythm Kanjin Geno Club video. I love that so much. I just love that. I'm gonna make a second one, I swear to God. I kept asking for a certain voice clip I need in order to make it, and some guy finally sent me one, and so I'm gonna get around to it now that I have time. Thank you for reminding me. I also like Ultimate Melee. Really, if you want just videos that I personally really like that I made, Chapstick's Greatest Hits. Here's a playlist on my channel. It's got a few videos that I really just like, including the best of videos, which I am inherently proud of just because they're the best moments. They're the things I'm most proud of throughout the channel. Oh my god, the fucking Noel playing Among Us is still so fucking funny. I literally watch that every once in a while. Alright, now we're gonna scroll through the Q&A channel of my Discord, or as it is also known, meme channel number 2. What will you do if Raid Shadow Legends contacted you? Honestly, I'm not making a lot of money. I might be desperate. No, for real though, I mean, I probably wouldn't. I would probably not do that, purely not because I'm above sponsoring, but because I would have to actually like the product that I would be sponsoring, or having be sponsoring me, that, you know. Like if, I don't know, the makers of Hades wanted me to sponsor their game or something, like, not like they needed it, but if they did, it was like early Hades and they wanted me to sponsor their game, I would sponsor the fuck out of that game. I love that game. Hardest final boss in The Binding of Isaac in your opinion? Final bosses. I haven't fought a lot of them that many times, just because they're hard to get to, and also I've only recently started replaying this game and actually getting serious about it instead of just being bad at it back in the day. But wow, Mother is crazy. I mean, so is Dogma, but overall, I'd probably just off the top of my head, just gut feeling, I'd say Mother is the hardest. Oh my god, she's a lot to deal with. What would you say is the most underrated The Binding of Isaac item? That is difficult because I don't know as many items off the top of my head as most people. And underrated? I don't know, really. I guess one that I don't hear people talk about much, Freezer Baby? I mean, I'm not like in Binding of Isaac discussion communities online, so maybe I'm wrong that people all love Freezer Baby, but personally, I haven't heard anyone even bring up Freezer Baby before, and I think Freezer Baby is fucking crazy, honestly. I mean, also any item that gives you that freezing to your effect. I think there is an item that lets you do that. But freezing is so powerful. I mean, it's one-shotting. It's what you can one-shot normal enemies, which is insane. It doesn't really work on bosses, but it can still also slow down or petrify, I believe. So yeah, Freezer Baby, I guess would be my answer. What's the worst Gen 8 Pokemon? I'm gonna say there's two. One is the most boring, and one is the most infuriating. The most boring Pokemon in Gen 8 is probably Boltund, just because it's Manectric, but worse, and it evolves from this. How do you go from this to this? What is wrong with you? And the most infuriating Gen 8 Pokemon is Colossal, because Roly-Coly is really cool and neat and feels like he's gonna be the next Gigalith. Carkol is very silly looking, but still fits in with the theme, and I like silly looking Pokemon, and like seeing like this wheeled boy, and then a minecart. I'm excited for what comes next. All the fan art says train, and then it's Rhyperior again. Like, what are you doing? He completely breaks the theme of the wheel thing. He's just boring and such a letdown. Fuck you, Colossal. You're still better looking than Rhyperior, though. Like, I mean, you are inherently cool looking, but when you come from that evolution line, come on, man. Breakfast or dinner? Dinner, I feel like, has more variety. You can have more things for dinner, but breakfast foods are just so good. Are there any new or upcoming games that you'd like to record and stream? I'm very interested in probably streaming that, like, Game Builder Garage thing that Nintendo's doing, and if you know, you can share creations online, which you most likely can. I'll definitely stream that and accept viewer submissions for games to play, because that looks fun. And speaking of which, if anyone out there still plays Mario Maker 2, send levels. I have a Mario Maker 2 chat in my Discord. Go to that, because I still like Mario Maker 2. I'm down to play levels, especially on stream. How does it feel to know that 10K people subscribe to you because they like your content? I feel like I can't, like, I don't feel that much about it because my mind doesn't actually comprehend it yet. Like, the idea that many people actually really just enjoy my content is just like, I don't know, man. It's just like, aw, yay. It's just like a happy feeling. I don't know. Are you a top or a bottom? Well, I liked the top bunk until I hit my head on the ceiling for like the 10th time, and then I was always a bottom bunk kind of man. I mean, I always get afraid of the thing breaking on top of me, but hey, death is cool. Hollow Knight playthrough? Got one. There it is. Right there. Go give it a click. YouTube has a plan testing to put ads on videos outside the partner program and change blah 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 blah. Okay. That, I don't really know, man. I don't really think about YouTube monetization as a serious thing, because it isn't. It's kind of a joke. The only videos I have monetized are that Chugga Conroy one and the tier list, because they get so many views that I feel obligated to do that, because it would just be a missed opportunity if I didn't. But overall, I still don't really plan on regularly monetizing my YouTube videos. I would prefer to make any money off of this channel through Patreon, because then people can pay the amount of money they want, and I will get that amount of money, and everyone gets what they want and is happy, rather than YouTube sucking down most of the money that I would make, and like 70% of any money that people donate through stream chat. That's why I turned off super chat, along with the fact that Restream doesn't alert me to that, and I don't want to have so many things open at once. I only have one monitor on my stupid little laptop. What game genre would you like to see more of? That feels like a broad question. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. If you just mean in general in terms of the gaming industry, I would like to see more interesting roguelikes. Not more roguelikes, because, you know, you can't just put a shit ton of stuff out there and then be like, hey, there you go. But I would like to see more cool roguelikes. I'm interested in that game Skull. They announced that it was coming to Switch. I hadn't heard of it before. I'm interested in playing that. I've heard that it's not great because it's also Metroidvania and the two genres don't mix well, but they are two genres that I really like a lot, and I love the concept behind the game, so I'm very interested in that. But yeah, I'd love to play new roguelikes. I got Nuclear Throne, which I've played a little bit of, not really much, just because I died really fast. And it doesn't really, it's a bit bare bones, but you know, I'm down for any new roguelikes. Boobs, butts, armpits, or thighs. Well, my mom makes these really good boneless chicken thighs. I just had them the other night. They're so good. If you could choose one person on Earth to randomly become purple, and the goal is to cause as much chaos as possible, who do you pick and why? The president feels like an easy answer, so I'm gonna say Obama. Why is your cat not the owner of the Diet Chapstick channel? When were you told he wasn't? What is your favorite Pokemon gen? Ooh, that's a tough question. Because, do you mean just the Pokemon designs? Do you mean the games? I don't know. In general, I'd probably say either Gen 5 or Gen 7. I really like both of them. They both, I think, made great advancements in the series overall. I love the Pokemon from both gens. They are some of my favorites. Gen 8 also has some of my favorite Pokemon designs, if I'm being completely honest, but Gen 8 is also Sword and Shield, so it's like, But yeah, overall, if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with 5, just because, you know, crunchy or creamy chapstick. Crunchy. What is your opinion on amiibos? Kinda silly, a little bit stupid marketing thing. I have a lot of them. If you had to pull the biggest prank of your life and had unlimited money and time to set it up, what would you do? I would invent some sort of machine to alter the memory of everybody on the planet into thinking that Pepsi was originally pronounced Peepsy. Why won't she come back? Because she can't. Take your meds. Have you ever considered making more non-gaming related content? I've considered it in that it's not something that I would be against doing if I felt like I wanted to do it and had a good idea to do something else. I mean, as evidenced with the wizard video, I really am not limiting myself in terms of what I can upload, what kind of videos. Like, if I felt like making a, comedy skit video, I would just do it. Like, I wouldn't care, I'd just do it. But I don't really see myself making those anytime soon because, I don't know, I don't got ideas for those. If you ever get big enough, would you do a charity stream or other such things that rich internet people do? I would love to do a charity stream, honest to God. Like, you know, I'd love to do something for charity. And I think it would also be a fun time. Heavy for Smash? Hell yeah. If you had to choose which of your videos hit trending or just get a lot of attention in general, which video would you choose? Ooh, that's difficult. That is actually pretty difficult. I would love for, honestly, any of the Pokemon videos to get big. Those are other videos that I'm very proud of in general, just because I like how that series is coming out, and I think it's really great and fun. It's my favorite series that I've been doing and that I've ever done on the channel. I would love for any of my Pokemon videos to get big. I would also love for Ultimate Melee or Ultimate Meal in particular to get big because I just love that video and I think more people gotta do that. I want that to become like a trend because I just think it's funny. And with that, that seems to be pretty much all the questions that you guys had for me. So thank you for submitting all your questions. It was fun to answer them. And yeah, yet again, thank you everybody for 10,000 subscribers. You're truly blowing me away. Blowing me away. Blowing me away. Blowing me away. Anyway, yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Thank you to Daniel Derp, Cole, and the rest of my patrons for helping support the channel. It really means a lot to me, so thanks.